Hi, my name is Krim and I'm one of the administrators of the Tunisian Talents Facebook page. So this Facebook page that was founded by a person called Mary Miskin. So we have scouted over 400 players who live all over the world, from Canada all the way to Australia. So these players, we believe that if we attract them to Tunisia at a young age, they'll probably play for Tunisia at an older stage in the national team in the near future. We'd not like a repeat of Kadira and Ben Yadder rejecting the national team, who could have been great additions to the national team. So the top 5 players in our history elected by you guys consider Talenti Tunisini, Zubair Baya, Shukr Al-Wa'ir, and Sadouk Sassi, the great goalkeeper Al-Tuga, also known as, and Yusuf Msakni, also known as the Nibs. So these all players are really great in Tunisian history and caused Tunisian football to evolve and become way better than it should be presently. So, however, I would argue Shukr Al-Wa'ir could be replaced by Hatem Trabilsi, who was the right back of the Tunisian national team. Hatem Trabilsi was a right back for Ajax Amsterdam, and the Tunisian national team helped Tunisia qualify to the World Cup and win the African Cup of Nations. Hatem Trabilsi is arguably one of the best right backs in Africa's history. So these players are all good. Talenti is really great, probably number 1. Helped Tunisia qualify 1978 World Cup and helped Tunisia win against Mexico and was one of the greatest players of all time. Zubair Baya is a really great player too. Sadouk Sassi, also known as Al-Tuga, greatest goalkeeper Tunisia ever had, but I could argue Muaz Hassan will be in the future just as good as him, or maybe even better, because he's a young goalkeeper. Yusuf Msakni, of course, he's our best player. Everyone knows him. Helped Tunisia qualify to this World Cup, and unlucky for him, is not eligible to play due to his injury. He's probably could play for one of the top European teams. Tunisia is a national team known to not have superstars in it. However, we could argue that Naim Isliti is probably the most influential player on the team currently. He's really great at dribbling and could cause amazing passes, which could lead to offensive counterattacks, where Khazri could make a difference as well. Also, Khazri is a good player, he's a great finisher and has good runs. Also, the midfield, Skhiri is really important. He has great defensive roles and could cause passes, but he's not a great passer. However, his passes are simple and he's a simple player and he does what he's asked to do. So on left back, Ali Malul could cause a huge difference. He plays offensively and defensively, more as an offensive left wing back. Him as a offensive left wing back could run and make passes and make runs that Tunisia needs. Tunisia will probably most likely be playing in a counterattack way against all opponents, maybe just not against Panama. However, there are no superstars, and all these players in the Tunisian national team could all make a difference, but they all play great collectively as a team, and this is expected of them in the World Cup, as seen in the previous friendly games and the qualifying games that Tunisia has played in. So the 23 players called up by Nabil Maloul were fully reasonable, and all of them, you'd argue, all deserve a spot in the national team. And I think we are great defensively, midfieldly, even offensively, and we had other options, which is really great for a national team, because not having options is worse than having options. However, so there would be 2 omissions I think should have been called up to the national team. I think Ayman Abdenour and Hamdi Harbawi should have been called up. Ayman Abdenour had a terrible season in Olympique Marseille. It was not his great season. He played a few games and he did not perform well expected. But I think he should have at least been called up to play in the friendly games and to train with the national team, because he could have ultimately boosted his confidence. The coach could have boosted his confidence, and where he could be a better defender overall, and that could possibly help the national team, because our defenders do not have as much experience as Ayman Abdenour, except probably Ali Maloul, who's our current left back. Also, Hamdi Harbawi, his omission was shocking to the Tunisian media, even the Belgian media and the Tunisian public. He was the top scorer of the Belgian league. He's a great player and all that. He's a great finisher, and I think Tunisia could have called him up, especially we don't really have real strikers who could play in the striker position, who train as a striker and play as a striker. But to conclude an amazing session, We'd like to thank this channel for allowing us to talk about the Tunisian national team and our page. And for all of those watching, we'd like to thank you guys too for making this happen. Also like to thank the Tunisian public who could be watching this. Copa do Mundo e no futebol na veia. كأس العالم هي كرة في الدم. Thank you.